and welcome grade 8s to your second week of work for geography. I hope that week 1 went very well for you guys. Let's have a look at week 2's work. We are going to continue with map work. Now last week we looked at the features on a map. So we looked at a map title, we looked at a scale, we looked at different types of scales that we get, and those are all very important to look at when we're going to interpret a map. So next we are going to look a little bit at conversions and how we can convert from one unit to the next, and also then we're going to learn how to work out distance and how to work out direction. So first of all, let's have a look here at conversions. So if you have a look at your ruler, you will see that you have 10 millimeters in 1 centimeter. All right. We know off by heart that there's 100 centimeters in 1 meter and 1,000 meters in 1 kilometer. All right. These are things that you should know off by heart. All right, off by heart, guys. So next, let's have a look on your notes. You can see there's a few examples that they give to you to try. They're telling you to convert 30 millimeters to centimeters. Now, how are you going to do that? You're going to take your 30 millimeters and you're going to divide it by 10. All right. If you divide that by 10, you'll get 3 centimeters. All right, that is our first example. The next one says 500 centimeters, and we need to convert this to meters. So what you're going to do, we're going to see there's 100 centimeters in a meter. So we are going to divide this by 100. When you divide that by 100, you'll see that you get 5 meters. The next one is 25,000 meters, and they want us to convert it to kilometers. Now, by looking at our conversion over here, we'll see that there's 1,000 meters in 1 kilometer. So we're going to divide our 25,000 by 1,000. And then we'll get our total kilometers. All right, with that being said, see if you can convert 43 millimeters into centimeters. All right, make sure that you know what to divide it with and see if you can get the correct answer. Okay. The correct answer would be to divide it by 10, and you would get 4,3 centimeters. This is how we convert from one unit to another. Units is known as what you are measuring in. Are you measuring in millimeters? Are you measuring in centimeters? Are you measuring in meters or kilometers? All right. So let's see how we work out distance. So normally on a topographical map, which is the map that we work with the most often in geography, a topo map or topographical map normally has a scale of 1 to 50,000. Now, if you can recall your work from last week, that means that 1 centimeter measured on the map is equal to 50,000 centimeters in reality. So what we need to do when we measure distance on a map is we are going to measure in either centimeters or in millimeters. When you measure in centimeters, you're going to times it by 0,5. When you measure in millimeters, you're going to times it by your measurement by 0,05 to give you an answer in kilometers. Now, I want you to imagine that there's a map over here. So we give you 2 points, point A and point B. All right, so with these 2 points, we are going to draw a line with a ruler to connect the 2 points. Then you are going to take your ruler and you are going to measure it in centimeters. Let's see if you can do that. Alright, so obviously it's a little bit hard if it's on a computer. Now you have to put your ruler on the computer or on a tablet or whatever you're using. So let's just do an estimate of this line that we are looking at is 4,5 centimeters long. So when we measure in centimeters, look up here at your formula, we times it by 0,5. And then we're going to get an answer. So if you have your calculator with you, you can work out your answer. And if you were measuring in millimeters, you would say 45 millimeters. And when you measure in millimeters, you get you times it by 0,05. Use your calculator and see if you can get the answer for these two calculations. So in both cases, your answer would be given in kilometers. Alright, so our answer would be 2,25 kilometers. And obviously it would be the same for our measurement in millimeters, because 4,5 centimeters and 45 millimeters is the same length. Let's look at another example. So say point X and we have to measure to point Y. So you can see this is a very short measurement. Draw a line to link the 2 points. Take your ruler, measure the distance, the length of this line. Write it down. So to me it looks more or less like 1,5 centimeters. When I measure in centimeters, I have to times it by 0,5. And in this case, I would get an answer of 0,75 kilometers. And if you had to measure that in millimeters, it would be 15 millimeters times by 0,05, and it would give us 0,75 kilometers. Alright, there's a few more on the notes that you can give a try and see if you can work out distance on a map correctly. The answers for the examples on your map can be found over here. So when you have tried your examples, please mark your own work and give yourself a mark out of 4. Next up, we are going to look at how to work out direction. When we look at direction, we need to first write down the different directions that we get. So we get 4 cardinal points. Cardinal points are our main directions. So north, south, east, west. Alright, but apart from the 4 cardinal points, we get our secondary directions, which is northwest, northeast, southeast, and southwest. And then we get our other tertiary points, which is north, northeast, east, northeast, east, southeast, south, southeast, south, southwest, and west, southwest, west, northwest, and north, northwest. In total, we have 16 different directions that we need to know. So let's look at how to work out direction. Again, I'm going to draw, instead of point A and point B, let's say we are going to work out the direction from the windmill to the hospital. So imagine on a map, there's a windmill, there's the hospital, and my question says, what is the direction from the windmill to the hospital? So now a very important step is to identify your from point. So from is the windmill. Okay, so you can even write here above the windmill from. So we are going to start reading from this point. So at the from point, you're going to draw a north to south line. And then you are going to link the 2 points that you are working with. And then all you need to do is work out in which direction that line that I just drew in is lying in. So if I had to say, okay, here's my imaginary compass. Here's my 4 cardinal points, north, east, south, and west. That one is not exactly in the middle. So this would be northeast, but it lies just below the northeast line, which would be known as the east, northeast direction. So your final answer for the direction that the windmill, from the windmill to the hospital, would be east, north, east. Okay, so first step, identify the from point. Identify the from point, guys. Then our second step is link the 2 places. Link your 2 points. Okay, and then draw in your compass to work out an accurate direction. Okay, and there's a few more examples that you can try on the notes as well. So let's do one more. Okay, let's use a fun color over there. So let's say here's a map and we have a school up top here, and we want to work out and say our second point is a cemetery. So cemetery is represented by a bunch of crosses that normally appears in a bit of a block like this. Okay, so we want to work out in what direction is the cemetery from the school. What direction is the cemetery? So let's say cemetery. Here's our cemetery symbol from the school. So now in this case our from point would be the school. So at the school, draw your north to south straight line. Then link the 2 points. And then I need to work out the direction that that line is lying in. So if I had to take a different color, let's draw in a compass. Say north, east, south, west. Okay, the middle of north and east would be more or less there. So it is not southeast exactly. It lies a little bit before that line. So that direction is known as east, south, east. So our answer for in what direction is the cemetery from the school, and our answer would be east, south, east. Now there's a few more examples that appear on your worksheet, and you can give it a try. Mark it for yourself as the memo is also provided, and please email me or comment on this video if you do not understand how to work out distance or direction on a map.